Ford High School Weekly is brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Oklahoma.
Welcome to Ford High School Weekly. I'm your host, Deon Amade. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's basketball season in the state of Oklahoma. And you know what that means. We got to talk to some of these sharpshooters around the state. The first one of the year, my man, Dayton Forsythe. How's it going, man?
It's going great. Thank you for having me.
Well, yeah, the performance you've had early on the season, I had no other choice. You didn't give me much of a choice. I have to bring you on, huh?
Yes, sir. It's been a great start to the year.
All right. Before we get into some basketball questions and get on the hardwood, let's go ahead and let the viewers get to know you as a person off the basketball court. You cool with that?
Yes, sir.
All right. First and foremost, man, when you're not playing basketball and you're just kicking and chilling with your friends and family, what most likely are you doing?
Really just hanging out, laughing, and having a good time. I mean, we watch TV, we play board games, we play cornhole, ping pong, all that stuff. So we just hang out and have a good time.
All right, man. I know you're a competitive guy. Which one of those, hobbies and activities do you kind of get really competitive in? Is it the cornhole? Is it the ping pong? Which one is it?
When we were staying at Kingston, there was a ping pong table, and we were getting after it. We were getting.
Man, me and my boy Lee play ping pong all the time. Shout out to Lee Roan, but he kills me in ping pong all the time. So I got maybe me and you maybe you can show me some pointers and give me a little practice because he's kicking my butt a little too much.
I wasn't the best at it. I was getting whipped too.
We can practice together.
All right, sounds good.
All right, so tell me about the cornhole, man. And when that seems like a big time outdoor activity with the family. What's those things like?
Whenever we have big family gatherings, we get our cornhole boards and we set up a bracket for a tournament and we go at it. We play. It gets real competitive.
All right, I know cornhole is kind of like a partner sport. So who's your number one? Like, all right, this guy's got to be on my team. Is it a family member or is it a friend of yours?
It's a friend of mine. He's actually not real good at it, but we're always teammates. His name's Deacon Jones.
So why do you pick Deacon? Is just y'all just have fun together, or is it just, hey man, I gotta bring some kind of humbleness to my side of things?
No, we've just done everything together since we've been little. So
nothing wrong with that. Somebody you're familiar with and knows how to have fun. Huh?
Yep.
All right, so let me ask you this. Video games or movies? Which one, Dayton, do you kind of pick up first?
Movies.
All right, what movie is your favorite?
Personally, it's gonna be funny, but I like the movie Cars.
Really? Disney, huh?
Yes.
All right, so which one is the best? Cars 1, 2, or 3? In the trilogy, which one is the best?
I gotta go with the original one.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's just the soundtrack on there is great.
All right, now we all know you're a student athlete. Student comes first, so let's go ahead and talk about the books real quick. What's your favorite subject in school right now?
Math.
Straightforward. Like I love it. I love it. I'm a math guy myself. So what part of math really kind of brings it out of you?
Honestly, I don't know. It's just since I've been little, that's what I've been good at. So it makes it a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable, I guess.
So I know you're climbing into those higher level math classes now. So what class are you taking right now? Got a little bit of calculus? Or what are we looking at?
Pre-calculus and trigonometry. So
trigonometry. Ooh, you got you pulled the hard ones.
Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff.
Let's go ahead and get it out now. Who's your trigonometry teacher so you can get a little shout out so you can get better grades on the next test?
Miss Sanford. She's the best.
Shout out to Miss Sanford.
Yep.
All right, when we come back, we're going to go ahead and talk to my boy Dayton about the basketball season and some recruiting. So much more here on Ford High School Weekly. Welcome back to Ford High School Weekly. We're talking to Dayton Forsythe right now, the point guard that everybody wants to know about here in the state of Oklahoma, and we get him here on Ford High School Weekly. Now, Dayton, the season has just started, but I want to go back to the very, very beginning. How did you get the ball in your hands for the first time? Tell me about Little League basketball. Like, who put the ball in your hands first?
When we were in about third grade, we started playing travel ball basically the entire our starting five and my little brother Denton, who's playing now. We started playing travel ball together, and we were in like third grade. And Coach Edmondson was coaching us because his kid was playing. So really, just back then, I mean, playing for Coach Edmondson for that long has been a true blessing. I mean, earning his trust and all that, and getting to play with all those guys for so long, it's been great. If you watch our games, you can tell the team chemistry that we have. I mean, we know where each other's going to be before the play even happens. So.
Man, you can definitely tell. I mean, when you guys go up against these, higher level teams, it kind of seems like you guys have been playing for quite a bit. So let's go back to, the earlier years of basketball. Was basketball the first sport you've ever played, or the only sport you ever played, or were there some other things in the mix there?
No, I've played baseball and basketball for probably the same amount of time, and but I've loved basketball more probably than baseball my whole life because my dad was a girls' high school coach. So after school, when we were little, we'd always go into the gym and watch their practices, and we'd help them scout, and we'd help them stat games after their games, and so I was around it all the time. So I really grew to love it.
So coach's son, but
Yeah.
so here's the question now. We've had a bunch of coaches' sons on the show, but has your dad ever coached one of your teams? You said he was the girls' basketball coach, but has he ever coached the boys?
When I was in 8th grade, he helped coach my travel team, but other than that, he hasn't really coached me. I mean, but now he's our assistant baseball coach. So in baseball, I'm around him all the time.
All right. So which one do you prefer? Do you prefer it with the relationship that you guys kind of have now where your dad was your coach, or do you prefer him like not being your coach, being the dad and kind of training you off to the side and getting that individual attention?
No, I like how it is now. I love how it is now because I get he brings his coach out a lot after games. Like we had a scrimmage a couple weeks ago, and after the scrimmage, this was before the TOC, and we sat down and we watched the whole scrimmage, and he was nitpicking everything during the scrimmage and telling me that I need to do this and that. But he helps me out a lot.
So was your dad the first person to introduce you to the game of basketball, or is it something that you watched on TV and just picked up on your own?
No, it was my dad. I mean, I was born during high school playoffs, so when I was born, I started going to high school playoff games before I even knew about it. So I was born into basketball, I guess.
So high school basketball has been in your blood since you were before you were even born, huh? So you were a new infant in those stands.
Yes, sir.
Love it, love it, love it. So I mean, all right. So if dad was coaching in those playoff games, I'm sure your mom was was the one holding you in the stands. How has she been important into your athletic and academic career?
She's been huge. She's always that rock that I need. I mean, anything happens, good or bad, you could never tell the difference. I mean, she's always just standing there. She's always supporting us, and she's just stays solid. And you can never pick her out in the stands because she never yells at anything. But she's always just been right there by my side the whole way.
Well, my dad was kind of that way for us. He was kind of that, calming presence in the stands for us. So you always need one. I know your dad's up there hooping and hollering, so you always need one of those parents to be pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So you said that you've been playing basketball with your little brother forever now, though, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
So what's his, kind of role in your life, and what is it like to play with your younger brother now?
It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's hard to explain how cool it is to get to play with your brother until you actually do it, because you grow up with these dreams of being able to do it and being able to win state championships and being able to just go out there and have fun with your brother. And now I'm actually getting to do it, and it's a lot of fun. And I got to play a year with my older brother too. When I was a freshman, he was a senior, but I mean, we fell short that year, but it was still so much fun getting to play with him.
When you guys, I know there was a bunch of pickup basketball games in the backyard and everything. So what has each of them kind of taught you and helped you incorporate into your game?
My older brother was always kind of the bully during those games. So he would always just pick on us, and just try to make us mad and try to get us to fight him. But my younger brother would always get all the fouls, and he would always keep playing. So I had to find the fine line between getting in fights and being nice to the younger brother.
When we come back, we're going to go ahead and talk more about the Oklahoma high school basketball season, and we'll talk a little bit about recruiting with my man Dayton. We'll be right back here on Ford High School Weekly. Welcome back to Ford High School Weekly. We're talking to Dayton Forsythe, the point guard, one of the best true point guards in the state of Oklahoma from Dale High School. Dayton, so we're talking about recruiting now, all right? So what are some of the things that's on the horizon, and kind of inform the people what you're looking at right now?
First of all, I've just been truly blessed with what I've been able to do and receive, but all that has came with a bunch of hard work that not a lot of people know about, like waking up before school during baseball season and going to shoot, and then staying after games during baseball season and getting shots up. And but right now, for those that didn't see, after the Tournament of Champions, I got Oklahoma, OSU, and Wake Forest. And then I've been talking a little bit to Purdue and Nebraska. So it's been a great 2 weeks, and I'm truly thankful.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I saw you at the Oklahoma State game here the past couple of weeks ago, where you were out there, and I was like, man, I really like that look. I mean, orange. I'm not gonna lie, man. Orange might look good on you. But no, what are some of the coaches saying when they're giving you these phone calls?
No, they've all been really nice. I've enjoyed talking to every single one of them, and they're all just saying how they really enjoy how I play, and how they basically have said they love how I win and everything that I do, which, I mean, I don't like to brag about it, but I do. We just won a baseball state championship, and we've won basketball all growing up. We won a basketball state championship. We won the TOC. That's what, I mean, winning is what matters most, so that's important.
You mentioned a number of kind of schools that, you know, a lot of people here in Oklahoma aren't familiar with, like Purdue and Indiana and stuff. So how are those schools getting on your radar?
I like to think that has a lot to do with the EYBL and me and my team having great success in the EYBL the last 2 seasons. We made it to the Final Four and then the Elite Eight this past summer. That's a national level. That's the best competition you can play in during the summer. So I bet that's come from that.
All right, man. So go ahead and shout out the AAU team. Who do you play for?
Team Griffin. I play for Team Griffin this year. I have played the last 2 years with Team Griffin too.
So what is Team Griffin kind of put and instilled in you, and why is this opportunity so great, and why do you like playing for them?
It's a great opportunity because everybody that's playing for Team Griffin is like the man for their high school team. So it's great having to learn different roles and be able to play in different roles for different coaches with the best talent around you. So it's great, and the competition is always the highest level, and so you have to bring your best every game, or it's going to be a bad night for you.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this. What's the difference between playing for the Dale Pirates compared to playing for Team Griffin? What are some of the things that you personally have to do?
Playing for Dale is a lot of fun because I've played with those guys forever, and it's all natural. There's no having to force, I mean, I guess, ball movement or any of that stuff. It just happens. There's an open guy, you hit him. But in Team Griffin, it's like you have to find your way to find the team chemistry, and it takes a while to get going with that type of stuff. Well, we've always figured it out later on in the season with Team Griffin, and we've got going at the right time.
I'll say, man, Elite Eights, Final Fours, you guys sure do get it done over there.
Yes, sir, for sure.
All right, so going back to the recruiting side of things, I know, Team Griffith is getting you ready for the next level and playing the college game, and that's something that you want to, do. But before you get to that step, you have to decide a school to play for. So what school is going to be, what's going to be the main reason you decide what school to go to?
Really the people that I'm going to be around, because especially more than staying home, if I move somewhere that's not close to home, that'll be basically my family. That'll be everybody that I'm around every day. So I'd love to be around people that I enjoy being around and have fun being around, and team culture and winning and all that, and the coaching staffs. That's all really important. So.
Yeah. Speaking from experience, trust me. I mean, being away from home for the first time is very different, and you're definitely going to want to be around some people that you can trust and that kind of have the same background as you and have the same mindset as you. So good luck with making that decision. And hey, if you want to drop the news here on Ford High School Weekly, I mean, you can always come back and do so.
Sounds good. I might.
When we come back, we'll talk to Mr. Forsythe about Oklahoma high school basketball, of course, and how the Dale Pirates are doing. We'll be right back here on Ford High School Weekly. Welcome back to Ford High School Weekly. We're talking to Dayton Forsythe, the man, the myth, the legend, the one that holds it down over there for the Dale Pirates. Dayton, so basketball season has started off fast for you guys over there in Dale. So first of all, let's talk about the Tournament of Champions.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that was a phenomenal performance by you and your guys. What was the kind of the mindset leading into that?
Going into that, we were just happy to have the opportunity to have the chance to show everybody what we were made of, because people know how good we are, but we haven't been able to show how good we are against big school competition, good competition like we did during the Tournament of Champions. Like, we played Crossings and Union and Tulsa Memorial. We're all really good teams, really big schools that we got to showcase what us little 2A school could do.
Little 2A school, huh? That wasn't no little 2A school basketball, what y'all were doing over there. Pretty impressive, taking on those bigger schools and those bigger classifications. Was that something that your team kind of relished, or was it kind of intimidating and something that you guys have to get, accustomed to?
No, not at all. We were all ready for it. We were all really excited to be able to show that and show what we were made of on the biggest, brightest stage that there was. That's a really prestigious tournament. Great teams are in that. Obviously, it's Tournament of Champions, but it was a lot of fun. We were all ready and just excited to have the opportunity.
All right, going into the beginning of the season, I mean, before the Tournament of Champions, when the season got started, what was kind of the mindset for your team, going into the season and trying to get ready to do some things that a lot of the people in the state kind of expect y'all to do?
Our mindset, we have a slogan. It's prove it. We want to prove that last year wasn't just a fluke. We want to prove that we're actually a really good team, which we know we are deep down, and we just wanted to prove it this year, and we've done just that. We're 18-0 right now, and we're off to a great start, but it means nothing until we get done in March.
So what's the difference between this year's team and last year's team?
Last year's team, people knew we were good and they wanted to beat us, but we didn't really have the target on our back that we do this year. Really, the target's not just on our back anymore. The target's all over. Especially after the TOC, we got everybody knew after that. There was no hiding in. Now, it'll make someone's season if they get to beat us.
All right, now that you're playing with your little brother on the same team, so how has that affected your game, or how has that improved your game?
It's a lot of fun it's made me play better, because I know that if he plays better than I do one night, then I'm going to hear from him when we get home, and there's going to be an argument or a fight or something. So I can't let that happen.
Nothing like brotherly competition within the team. I love it, man. Absolutely. So what is kind of his role on the team, in your opinion?
He comes in and he brings a lot of energy. He plays really hard on defense. He rebounds really well. And on offense, this sounds kind of just pointing right to the point, but he doesn't do stupid things. He doesn't act like a freshman on offense. He doesn't turn it over. He doesn't take dumb shots. So he's done really good with that.
All right. So you as a leader and being a point guard, so knowing that you have to be the leader on the floor, what does it take night in and night out for you to kind of help your team get the W?
Honestly, with my team, they all know exactly what we need to do. Sometimes more in practice more than anything. Sometimes I got to be like, hey, guys, let's focus. We gotta get going here. But during games, everybody's locked in. We're ready to go, and we're like a well-oiled machine when we get out there. It's a lot of fun. It makes my job really easy.
I like it. All right. Speaking of a random question here, but what position do you play in baseball?
I play shortstop and I pitch. So.
All right, so let's go ahead and ask this. How does baseball help you in basketball?
It helps me because in baseball it's a slower pace, so I have to stay locked in the whole time. Because I mean, some people would say that it's boring, but if you stay locked in and you have to focus on every pitch, every play, it's a lot of fun. And the mental toughness side of it it's helped me a lot.
All right, so I know you wear the number 33, right?
Yes, sir.
What's the reason behind it?
Larry Bird, I loved watching his highlights when I was growing up.
So Larry Legend is the reason you rock the 33.
Yes, sir.
Not mad at it. Not mad at it. Earlier, I asked you what were your goals as far as X's and O's trying to get better at. So now I ask you, what are your goals individually for this season as far as stats or accolades that you're trying to achieve? What's your goal for this 2023 season?
For this season, I've been trying to get my 3-point percentage up. Last year, I think I was at around 38. And this season so far, I've been above 40. I think the whole season. So I've been really focusing on that.
All right, so there's something for everybody in the state to keep track of and make sure that you stay above that 40%, huh?
Yes, sir.
I like it. Well, Dayton, thank you so much for joining us here today, man. Good luck with the rest of the season, and tell those Dell Pirates, us here at Ford High School Weekly, say you're doing a good job and keep up the hard work.
Yes, sir, for sure. Thank you guys for having me.
Saturday, January 21st, be sure to catch the girls and boys final of the Shawnee Lowe's and Seahorn Yamaha Invitational Basketball Tournament. The girls final will be at 7, the boys will be playing at 8:30. Live high school basketball from Shawnee next Saturday at 7 p.m. on Cox View, Channel 3 in Oklahoma City and Channel 93 in Tulsa. Remember, guys, only the best in Oklahoma make the Ford High School Weekly, like the sharpshooting Dayton Forsythe. Well, thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm Deanna Meyer.
Ford High School Weekly has been brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Oklahoma.